right. Hello, guys. How are you doing today? I hope you've had your lunch and you're sitting comfortably. So I'll recap. My name is Zarif. I'll be your instructor for this final session. So during my session, I'll be covering basically the tips and tricks on how to manage around online learning, online teaching, and how to go over Google Classroom. Okay, so let's start. So the first tip I'll be talking about is basically be confident. Confidence is key in online teaching. So
Sorry, can you make your slide full screen? I think it's not full screen yet.
oh no, it's in full screen. Is it not?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Hold on. How about now?
No, I think you
Still
have to
no.
go presentation mode.
Yeah, it's in presentation mode. Is it not?
Nope.
Hold on, hold
Still
on.
not.
Let me see.
Sorry for the technical issues. Give him some time. It will be all right.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, that's perfect right now.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I'll continue. So my three advice for online teaching is firstly, relax. You definitely could be nervous when first teaching online, but it's fine. You'll get the hang of it. I know you're handling all these new tools, all these online platforms, but you really got this. So you just relax and everything will be fine. My second advice will be just be yourself. As a student myself, I've experienced online teaching during this time of the pandemic. And some of my lecturers tend to not be themselves and create this new online persona, which is very non-conventional and very distracting because when I see my lecturer, I really would just want to interact with them like I do normally so that I would learn easier. So by the words of Taylor Swift, just be yourself. There's no one better. Just teach normally and the students will get along just fine. And then my final advice would be communicate more with your students. So since you're not seeing your students more often or you're not within proximity of your students, try to communicate more with them. Create a WhatsApp group or any group on any social media platform. Interact with them more. You can talk to them, have online classes, or maybe have like a talking session when they're free. When you communicate more with your students, they tend to become more attentive to your classes and they contribute more. And in the end, it'll benefit you and your students and their education. So I'll be going through my second tip now, which is learn a new tool. So with online learning, it's good to pick up a few new tools. So here's one that I would suggest. Hold on. Here's the link that I provide in the slide, so you can see. This is Google's Teacher Center. So Google has this initiative to provide teachers basically like guides on how to use their tools for online teaching. So you can see Google has provided like training programs for teachers to learn how to use their apps better and help assist them in online teaching. So you can see here, they provide you with guides. So if I open in Google Classroom here, see they provide you a few videos on how to use Classroom. They also give you extra guides, how to create quizzes, how to create assignments. So this platform is really helpful for you to maneuver Google as a whole for online teaching, and also help you attain new skills, online skills that'll help you either your job or your personal skills. So I'll go back to the slide now. Okay, so my third tip is basically have the basic online teaching tools. So online teaching tools consist of these four things. These are basically mandatory when teaching online. If you don't have one of these, it'll be very difficult. So the first item would be a device. Second would be access to internet, a microphone, and a camera. So in terms of device, it can be any device. So from a laptop to a phone to a tablet or a PC. So if you have this device, you'll easily have access to the internet, which is very key when teaching online. And then also you'll need a microphone. So a microphone can be from anything from an earphone to a headset that has a attached microphone to it, or a exterior microphone. So the exterior microphone costs more, but it'll help you teach better because it's more clear when you're using an exterior microphone compared to when you're using like an attached microphone to a headphone or an earphone. But overall, you'll need a microphone to interact with your students so that they can hear you clearly, and then they won't get mixed messages, or they can't hear you, or they get confused. So finally, the key thing you need is a camera. So when teaching online, like I said before, I like to interact with my teachers more when I can see them and let them be themselves. So when having a camera, it will be very useful because the students can see you and they can see how you're interacting with them. They'll be more attentive instead of just listening to a voice talking over a slide, which is very dull. So when you have a camera, you can see them interacting. It'll be better. It'll be a better experience for students. So now I'll be going over to my next tip, which is have the right sources. So these are the sources I basically recommend for you when teaching, or for your students to use in case of for them to use during assignments or projects. So there are five sources. So there's archive.org, Flaticon, Pixabay, Canva, and Google. So I'll show you what the websites look like. Hold on. Okay. So here, this is archive.com, archive.org. So it's basically an online archive of everything you can think of, basically. So you have audio, video, text. There's stuff from the American Library. There's free audio. So if you're a student, or you prefer to use like audio clips for your teaching tools, or for them to make presentations, you can guide them to this link. And then they also have stuff like feature films, European libraries. So it's a very useful tool to have or provide to your student. So the next one is Flaticon. So Flaticon is basically a website that provides you free icons to use. So if I go to their main page, they'll show you all the icons that you can have, the packages. So there are premium icons, and there's also free icons. So the free ones, they they look all right, considering that they're free. You see all the great details. So it's very useful for to make your slides more interesting, or for the students to use in their own slides for presentations. So the next one is Pixabay. So this is an online platform for uh, basically free stock images and videos shared by a community on Pixabay. So you can see they have vectorized photos that you can use. They also have illustrations. You can also search for videos, stock videos you can use. So this is a very helpful tool to basically like put more illustrations on your teaching material, or for the students to use when presenting or for the project. So the other one is Canva. So Canva is a platform for you to create basically anything from presentations to posters. So I'll show you a few that I've done in the past. So this is a poster that I did for a class. So as you can see, they have stock templates you can use, and you can just edit according to your material. So I've used one of the templates, and I created based on the requirements of my class. So I basically did a lab safety poster. And then you can also create basically presentations. So you can see here, you can create multiple like presentations, but it's more visualized. You can arrange them according to what you want. It's more colorful. You can highlight certain things, so you can make them into any shape you want. And you can put a lot of content into one slide. So don't worry about that. You can see, as you can see, I stuffed a lot of words for my presentation. But the lecturer will be, the student or lecturer can still be able to read the words clearly, and it makes it more interesting instead of basic just written word document or PDF. It's more colorful. See, you can make like a intro page with pictures and your name. So it's a very useful tool for presentations, for posters, or even written essay if you want. And the final source would be Google, simply Google. Google has a lot of things to offer. They have images, videos, anything you can do. You can even search for news articles if you want. So Google is the essential basic tool that you can use. And you can also, they assist you in filtering your data if you want specific things, like if you want to search about COVID-19 news. So you can go here, and then if you click tools, you can highlight according to the time, and then you can see from the past 21 hours, 20 hours, so the recent news. So you'll be more up to date. So you can use that better. Okay, so now I'll be going to my next point. So here are the sources again. This will be provided to you in the manual guidebook, so you can look over these sites later in your own free time. Okay, so my fifth tip is creating online classes on Google Meet. So from the previous instructor, you've seen them show you how Google Classroom works. So now I'll be showing you a little bit on how to create online classrooms using Google Classroom. So you don't have to use any other platform. It's already built in Google Classroom. Hold on. Okay. So I'll show you right here. So here's the classroom. So this is from the teacher's point of view. So if you go to classwork, you can see here you have calendar, right? So if you go to calendar, it'll highlight you to the day or to the week. So let's say we go to a week view, and let's say you want to create a class on Monday. So Monday at 9 a.m. So you just click here, it'll automatically show you what to put. So you can add titles, say morning class, or let's say algebra. Okay, so you add the date and time. So then you click here, add Google Meet video conferencing. So it'll automatically generate a link for you to share with your students. So when you click here, you can also directly put it into the classroom that you want it to be in. So there's two classrooms, right, from before. I pick class beta form 3. So I'll save. And when I go back to the classroom, I'll basically create an assignment. So I'll say morning class. And then basically I'll just add a link from the one that I copied before, add link. So the link will be here. So I'll say, please go to the link for the class. So you have to say the due date. You can put it in a specific topic. So let's say I put in chapter 3, there's no rubric, you don't need that. So you just assign. So then as you can see, it's already assigned. So when I click on it, as you can see, you can clearly see me. And I can just join. And if any other students want to join into the classroom, I can just accept it, similar to Zoom. I'll just accept them entering, and then the class will begin. So Google Meet can store up to more than 100 persons, so it'll be no problem to fit your class of students. And then you can also turn on captions if you have a foreign student that doesn't understand English. So it'll translate for them. And then you can also do presentations. So basically, the similar platform to Zoom, but it's just integrated into Google Classroom. So you can do that directly within Google Classroom. Just classwork, go to Google Calendar. When you open Calendar, you just pick any date you want, anytime, and just assign it to a specific class, and then you're good to go. And the students will, when you assign it to a specific class, the students within the class will automatically receive an email notifying them that there's an assignment assigned for morning class on that day. So when they click on it, they'll, hold on, okay, let's change view here. So if I open class form beta 3, as this is the student view. So I see here, oh, I got morning class here. I can view the assignment. I can mark it as done since I have arrived here. And then I can just click into the meeting. And then I can ask to join. So when the teacher allows me to join, I can join and then the class will start. So this is a great tool to use when having online classes. You don't have to confuse yourself in searching for a platform to do classes. It's already built in. So it's a good tool to use. All right. So I'll be going over my next point. Okay, my next tip is picking your specific type of lessons. So you don't have to always do a live class. You can do many types of classes online. So, well, your number one choice would be live class. You also have recordings or instructional videos or the combination of any of these three. So recording is basically when you record yourself doing a lecture and then you post it on the Google Classroom or any online platform. So the students can listen to you present the slides, and then they'll understand more when you explain the detail within the slides. Or you can do instructional videos. So for assignment-based things, you can do instructional videos so you can guide them on how to do this assignment. So if it's a practical assignment, you can easily make a video showing them the specific parts you want to do. Or if it's a written assignment, you can just talk over, have like a voiceover video. So you can do any combination, or you can combine, like you can say, let's say combine one and two. You can do a live class and then end the live class at a certain time, and then ask the student to proceed to a recording that you've recorded and place somewhere. So you can do a combination. So it'll be more interesting when you do a combination instead of sitting there for 2 hours listening to someone talking. Maybe you can do a recording, have like a special like edited video they can see, or do an instructional video for them to practice what they've learned. So there are a lot of things you can do, type of lessons you can use. So my next tip is basically classroom organization. So classroom organization, as highlighted by the previous instructors, Google Classroom already provides you with a platform to handle your classroom. So if I go back to see the classroom, so you can arrange them according to chapter. So you can also make separate assignments if you don't want to include it to be included in the chapter. You can create classes. So everything is already organized. You also have a Google Drive folder set for you. So you can, if you want like a specific folder for each student, you can create one for them or ask them to create themselves. You can easily share access to this folder. You can share the access, and students can create their own folder, personal folder to submit assignments in case. And then you can also store all your documents here. So in case you want to basically, if you want to repeat your content from, let's say, previous semester or previous month, you can, all the files stored up here, you can just retrieve it from the Google Drive, and then you can just repeat what you've done before. Supposedly Google Classroom has an archive function, so you can archive all your classes, and then it'll be stored in Google Drive, and you can reuse them in the future. Okay, so let's move on to the next tip. So this tip is basically what I said before in the previous tip. Make full use of Google. Google offers you a lot of things. So one of the things that I didn't highlight was Google Suite. Google Suite is basically a premium tool that provides you with all of Google's basic apps, but also extra stuff. So if I show you the website for that, so let's see, Google Suite. You can see it has all of the basically apps for Google. It'll include basics, so Docs, the Excel version, uh, Google Forms, but then also extra stuff like Meet. You'll have access to Google Meet's premium functions, so you can record lessons if you want. Then you also have Google Plus, yes, Google Cloud. So Google Suite is a good premium source to have, but then it's premium, so you have to pay for it. It's not free. Then also, as I highlighted before, you can Google the basic Google search engine has many functions. You can search for extra things like shopping, books, flight, finance. You can also use the tool to focus your search into specific details. But then you can also set your settings. So basically, exploit the full potential of Google. Uh, don't worry yourself with looking for other tools to use. Google has already offered you the best to the best of their ability what they can provide. Okay, so let's go to the next tip. So this tip is very important when teaching online. One of the important things. So record your lessons. Recording your lessons helps students to recap better. So instead of reading the slides over and over again, and then the inability to contact you directly or ask you questions, recording your lessons is a great source of information for students to further understand your words or what you meant in the slide. So to record your lessons are basically many tools you can use. So these are the tools I recommend, and they're free. But then they come with certain limitations unless you purchase the premium version. But then at its basic functions, it's very useful for you to use. So the first one is OBS. OBS is fully 100% free, but then it also has a premium version. But the free version is already very useful. So you can see it has high performance real time video audio capturing. You can record your voice whilst presenting, having your video at the same time, picture in picture. You can also edit your sound. You can set up various scenes. You can switch. It has I think it has a built-in editor, so you can just edit through OBS. You don't have to go to a separate video editor software. So OBS is one of the great tools you can use. Another great tool would be FreeCam. So FreeCam I've used previously for a class. So basically, as you can see on the picture, it's a small toolbar. When you click on the program, load up. So you can choose what you want to present by basically dragging your mouse across, and then you can see what you can highlight what you want to present. So if you want to present a slide, so just highlight the slide, or as you can see in the picture, they highlighted specifically this Dreamlab software. So it'll only be presenting what you're doing inside. It won't go and it won't see the outside of your screen. And you can also record your voice at the same time. But then this one, it doesn't have a built-in editor, so you have to edit. If you want to edit, you have to edit outside. But then if you want basically to record a smooth presentation or a lecture, you can use this. It's very useful. So you can see it has you can select recording areas. You can record voiceovers. You can record system sounds also. You can also highlight your mouse. So when clicking on something, your mouse will have like a circle, as you can see here in the picture. It'll highlight where you're clicking. It's a free tool, but it comes with limitations. I think there's a time limit, only 15 minutes. So there's that limitation. But then if you want to record short lessons, you can use this one. Another one I can recommend is Screencast-O-Matic. I use this one also, but this one has a built-in editor in it, so that's very useful. So similar to similar to FreeCam, you can drag which area you want to record, and you can just record. You can set your quality of your video. You can also set the maximum time. You can also include computer audio. You can add stock music and captions to your recording. You can narrate from selected microphones. So this Screen-O-Matic is very flexible in terms of screen recording. Then similar to FreeCam, it's limited to 15 minutes for the free version. If you purchase the premium version, it's unlimited. So if you have money, a little bit money to spend on tools, you can spend it on this. And then finally, like I said before, Google Meet has a built-in recording function, but you have to purchase Google Street for Education in order to access that. So if you're fully committed into using Google Classroom or Google Tools for teaching online, your school or educational facility should invest in Google Suite for Education. It's a very not very expensive but useful tool for teaching. Okay, so my final tip of the day is to be creative when teaching. So you don't have to do the traditional method of just teaching with a slide. You can use other practical methods when teaching online. So similar to when you do active learning at school or in university, this is basically an active learning platform online you can use. So these are teaching learning platforms that you can use online. So the first one would be to create escape rooms using Google Tools. So you can do like interactive escape rooms using Google Forms and Slides. So you create like an interesting maze where students maneuver, answer questions to unlock to the next step. So whilst they're doing this puzzle, they're also learning. So I'll show you a little bit of the video if I can. Oh, hold on. Let me change it. Oh, hold on. Okay, so let me go back. Full screen. Okay, so I'll show you a little bit on how I'll show you a little bit on how basically online teachers create this escape. So you can see, similar to what the previous instructors had said, you can use all of the Google form form of answers. So you can do multiple choice, check boxes, short answer paragraphs. So as you can see, you can set the question according to whatever you want. Like this form, you can do like a math quiz, math escape room, and then you can set the questions to, you can set the answer to unlock to the next step is the answer to the algorithm or the equation. Whilst answering the questions, the students are also like learning how to maneuver through these escape room mazes that been set up by the teachers. Was the video audio not playing for you guys? Could you guys hear the
No,
video? Oh, it
we
wasn't
cannot
playing?
hear.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, okay, okay. Let me show you from the start again. Sorry. Let me check the settings again. Hold on. Okay.
A series of digital locks using questions. You can use multiple choice questions or text entry or new
Can you hear the video now?
Yes, no
Yes.
problem.
All right. Okay. So I'll play it.
numerical entry, any different range of questions. So in this case, I'm going to choose, we're going to make a four-digit lock. So I'm going to choose a short answer, and I'm going to make it a required question, which you'll always want to do. And I'm going to choose these three little ellipses right here and choose response validation. Okay, so for the question itself, I'm going to put in, this is going to be for puzzle number 1, and it's going to be a 4-digit.
I didn't see the video, only the sound, the audio.
Oh, you're not seeing the video play?
Only the audio, video only.
Okay, hold on. Let me fix this.
Wait, I think that is the video, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, probably not on my screen. It's okay.
Oh, it's
Proceed,
not showing.
proceed.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, proceed, please.
Now, all right. So what you're going to be creating is a series of digital locks using questions. You can use multiple choice questions or text entry or numerical entry, any different range of questions. So in this case, I'm going to choose, we're going to make a four-digit lock. So I'm going to choose a short answer, and I'm going to make it a required question, which you'll always want to do. And I'm going to choose these three little ellipses right here and choose response validation. Okay, so for the question itself, I'm going to put in, this is going to be for puzzle number 1, and it's going to be a 4-digit lock, or 4-digit code, no spaces. All right, so this is just information for the students to know what they're supposed to be working on and when they need to answer it. All right, so it's a 4-digit code, so we're going to leave it as a number, and that number has to equal to, I'm just going to make up a code here, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, if it doesn't equal that, there's this custom error text here that says, not even close, right? I like to poke fun at the students. Not even close. So let's take a look at what that looks like from the student's perspective. If you click on this eyeball up at the top, you can preview it. And so they get the title of the code, and they can only answer one code at a time, and it's puzzle 1. They need a 4-digit code, and they come up with this, right? Doesn't work.
So as you can see, when you're creating the puzzle, you can preview the puzzle, the form through the student's view, so you can see if your answers are correct or not. So you can design the puzzle according to what you want. So creating these escape rooms it's a very interesting way of learning, like basically anything, math. It creates a sense of like excitement for the students, but also it helps them learn better when digging through knowledge. Okay, so I'll go to my next tool, which is instant learning. Hold on, let me change.
Our 4-digit.
Okay, so instant learning is basically it's a built-in add-on on Google Chrome that you can use. You can basically insert questions directly onto a web page. So if you want to create assignments on, let's say, a Wikipedia page, you can just directly insert the questions in there, and then the students can answer directly into the platform. So you can see they can insert questions. You can also insert other links to other sources. So you can include a video if you want. So I'll show you a little bit of how it works. Here you go. Okay. So as you can see here, this is the dashboard for instant learning. So I've created an online assignment for one of the classes. So I'll assign it to the online learning class. So I can just assign. You can also integrate your Google Classroom class inside here. So that's very useful. So you can see there's a class there. There's 2 students. So if I go to that class, this is from the student's view. So as you can see, I can, the question has highlighted this specific part of the article. So there's the question, you can see answer it. this, and then the answer will be automatically saved. Then you can also have like a response type question, so you can highlight specific text, and then you can ask them ask their opinion, ask the students' opinions on how what they think about the statement from the website. So from the teacher's point of view, you can basically, it's built-in, as I said, so you can go to your extensions, you can just click on Instant Learning, it'll automatically pop up. So it'll take some time to load. And you can see here, you can highlight text. To the left, you can see like a toolbar here. You can do highlight text, you can insert sticky notes that you saw before, you can add other links, you can insert questions, you can insert discussion, and then from there, you can directly just share. So you can just assign to students, you can link to your Google Classroom or create a classroom within Instant Learning. But then your students have to also install the extension onto their Chrome browser for them to use Instant Learning. So you can also print lessons, you can edit lesson info, you can share with other teachers if they want to use. So Instant Learning is almost very useful when teaching online. They also provide you with sources that you can use. So they give you various articles that you can access. They also have resources of their own. You can find content here. But it's very Americanized based content. So when searching in here, don't depend too much on it. So you can see literature.org, Google News, American Rhetoric Top 100 Speeches. So it's very, if you search for your own articles and then just insert the Instant Learning. So Instant Learning is not free. When the free version only lets you create up to 5 lessons. But then if you get the premium, you can create as many lessons as you want. So it removes the hassle of you creating your own material. You can use the material available online and just insert what you want the students to do directly into the source. So Instant Learning is a good tool to use. Okay, so the next tool would be Classcraft. So Classcraft is an online educational role-playing game that teachers and students use to play together in the classroom. So I'll show you a little bit of how Classcraft works.
Game dashboard, where most of the fun happens. Students play Classcraft in teams in one of 3 different roles: warriors, mages, and healers. These are their characters. Each character has a special job to do, but we'll learn more about that in other videos. For now, here's what you need to know. As you teach your lessons,
so you can see the students can take up to 3 types of characters, and then they get to basically play like a role-playing game where they have HP, they have their AP, they have experience points, but then you get to assign the points that they get. So I'll show you another function that we have.
So it's important to think. For now, here's what you need to know. As you teach your lessons, you can use the game dashboard to encourage or discourage certain behaviors. These can be anything, so it's important to think about what positive changes you'd like to see in your students, as well as what problems you face in your classroom. For example, say you really want your students to participate more in class. You're just not seeing the engagement you would like. Clicking on the yellow plus button allows you to give a student experience points, or XP, for that good behavior. Experience points.
So you can see you can assign points when students are doing either good things or bad things. So as you can see from before, there's the minus sign and there's the plus sign. So when you assign the plus sign, it'll add to their XP. When you assign to the negative sign, it'll delete from their HP. So it's a good platform for group assignments because the characters have to be in a team. So when assigning group assignments, it'll help you understand more about their group dynamics because the students can affect each other also. So when one student's not helping out with the project, they can easily take out their HP points or their XP points. And then it'll reflect on the character. So you can see the progress of each student within the group. So it'll help make the uh, group project experience more interesting. Instead of just having them communicate online, talk over voice, they get to play a game. So this software is very useful for the uh, basically younger students. So students from year 1 to year 5, this will be very suitable for them. But then you can also use these for more grown-up students. But then they tend to just ignore it. But then if you have a few game savants in your class, you can use this and they'll be easily excited by it. So you can, as you can see here, you can take away points. So for being rude to a classmate, you can just assign it, it'll push out the HP. You can unlock achievements. So this gamification of education is very cool, and I think students will take up to it very easily, and is a very practical and very advanced way of teaching and learning for students. So another platform would be Powtoon. So if does anyone of you know Powtoon? Have anyone used it before? No one has used Powtoon before? Okay, if you haven't used, let me share a little bit of what Powtoon is about.
Do you need to make a professional presentation PowerPoint? Well, here is how to make a professional presentation that is way better than PowerPoint. Number one, you want to grab your audience's attention with animated characters that make your presentation attention-grabbing, personal, and fun. Number two, you want to keep their attention with fun-moving text, colors, and styles. Number three, you want to get it professionally done in just minutes. Well, how do you do all of that? With Powtoon. So head on over to powtoon.com right now to get started with your free account, and in just a few minutes you will have a professional presentation that is way better than PowerPoint. Well, that is a wrap for this video.
Okay, so that's a slight introduction to Powtoon. So basically Powtoon is the platform for you to create presentations, but then not only simple presentations with words and pictures, there's animated characters you can use, moving text, animated logos that you can use. So it makes your presentation more wow. It adds that wow factor to your presentation. So if you used Prezi before, so Prezi is also a presentation platform, but it only moves, creates a dynamic slide where the slides are moving in various directions, or it creates a shape when moving. So
This is good, Zarif. This is good.
Yeah, it's a very good platform. I've used it before during class. It's good for students because it makes them more motivated to use to create the presentation, because I spent a lot of time putting effort into this because I wanted my slide to look better. But then it makes it easier for me to communicate information to my lecturer, or my lecturer to communicate information to me.
Yeah, you create attention to the student.
Yes, I can visually see what they're trying to communicate. So it's a very helpful tool when creating slides. You can suggest this to your students and you'll be amazed at what they can do with Powtoon. So my last tool of the day is Kahoot. So Kahoot is a platform for quizzes, online quizzes. So for you to experience Kahoot, I'd like to invite you guys to join a Kahoot game with me. So if you guys could go to kahoot.it, just open your browser, any browser, go to kahoot.it, and I'll share the pin with you guys. Hold on. Okay. So here's Kahoot. So this is from a teacher's point of view. So you can easily create your own Kahoot if you want. There are templates that you can use, they provide. But then you can also create your own personal Kahoot. Kahoot is totally free to use. So this is what a Kahoot basically looks like. So you have answer options, and then you can put an image here. Okay, so have you guys gotten onto Kahoot? So that I can start, okay, hold on, let me check everything. Okay, so we can start now.
Can you share the pin again?
Hold on, here's the pin. so just type in the pin into the box.
Sorry, the
And
audio
you'll
sound
be
is too loud.
automatically entered. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so just enter the pin and then you'll be inside the code.
The audio is still very loud. Can you turn down a bit?
Hold on. Sorry for that. Okay.
Yeah, that's
So-
right.
So far, there's only 3. What about the other guys? Oh, why has it started? Wait, hold on.
Mr. Zarif, I'm installing the Kahoot. Can you wait a few minutes?
Oh, hold on. Automatically started without me noticing. Hold on. Lobby. You don't have to download anything. You can just go onto a browser. You don't have to download the app. Hold on. Automatically multi-questions. Okay, let me stop that. And then I'll just, okay. Hold on. Okay. Could you guys enter the pin again? What about the others? Can you guys join the Kahoot? The pin is just right here, 1154499. Enter the pin and you'll be directed here. Are there any more? Where are the others? There's supposed to be 21 participants in this lobby. Anyone else want to participate in the Kahoot?
Not able to join. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me
The
wait for
rest
2 more.
can feel free to join.
Let me wait.
Participate. Yeah.
Let me wait for 2 more and then I'll start. If no one else is joining.
It's okay. At least I know there's the platform here. Okay.
Okay, let me just wait for 2 more people to join and I'll start. Okay, just one more person. Anyone.
Lambat je.
Ada lagi. Mesti ada ni. Satu lagi.
Mana? Meeting passion.
Okay.
Siapa dia
Done.
tu?
Okay, we have 10
Ada
people.
8.
Okay, so I can start now. Okay, so this is how Kahoot works. The question will come up on the screen, and then basically you just have to match the answers to the shapes on your phone. So you can see, right, the shapes and the colors. Just click on the shape and the color according to the answer. So the question is, what gets more wet and the more it dries? So the faster you answer, the more points you get. So you can't really assess students, but it's a fun way to do like pop quizzes or just any normal quiz. But for official quizzes, you should use Google Forms in Google Classroom. Okay, 2 more people should answer the question quick. You have 20 seconds. Or not, you'll miss the points. Who's the last person? You missed. So the correct answer was a towel. So I click next. You can see, is the top one. He answered the fastest, so he got the most points. Ms. Maimuna, you got second. You got second fastest.
Well, congratulations, Maimuna.
Okay, so I'll go to the next question.
Oh, thank you.
So the question is on top, and you just have to click according to the shape or color.
Can I undo my selection?
No, you can't undo your selection. Once you've selected, it'll lock in. So if you got it wrong, you got it wrong. So one more person. Okay, so 8 people answered correctly. So let's see who's first now. Oh, it is still with the most points. Miss Maimuna was second, and then you third.
Maimuna second, still good.
Still fast.
Yeah, still fast.
One more person answer your question? No? Oh. Okay, let's see. Wow. 3 streaks. Miss Maimuna is still second, he's still third.
Yeah,
Good
mine
job, guys.
still
Good job.
fast too, number 2.
Internet very slow.
Okay, next question. So you can see the questions on top. And just pick an answer. One more person answer the question.
Internet very slow.
I think it's skip. I think there's only 10 people, right? Okay. Let's see, let's see.
Salah.
Oh, Miss Amina dropped the third. Peter climbing to second.
Oh, jatuh main nombor 3.
Very slow.
Tak apa, tak apa.
Okay, let's go to the next question.
What has to be broken? What have you for you can use it? See, okay.
Is that all the answers? Okay, I'll skip. Wow, everyone answered the green except for one. Oh, Miss Amina climbed back
Up
down.
again. Okay.
All right, good.
Ami is still fast with 5,000 points. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's see. Oh, he coming in third. It's still first, Miss Amina is still second.
Inilah Amir and Mai, great participant.
One more answer. Nice. Is there any more?
Yeah, internet very slow. Correct.
Nice try. Okay, it's still the same. Ami, very fast. How's he answering so fast? What is always coming but never arrives? That's a real brain teaser, even I don't know. One more person. Ooh, tomorrow. 6 people answered the past. So let's see. I think it changed. Oh man, I'm gonna drop the fourth. Peter coming up. Is still first for some reason. I don't know why he's still first. Okay, let's go to the ninth question. So what can be broken even without a touch? That's hard. How do you break something without touching it? Okay. Oh, okay. You guys got the right answer. Man, I'm gonna drop to fifth. And I'm climbing up. And Ami still hasn't dropped.
Try again, Mai.
Okay, there's three more questions left. You can still climb, you can still climb. You just have to be the fastest one to answer it. What belongs to you, but yet is used more by others than yourself? Wow. Oh, very fast. Okay, let's see. Wow, 7 people answered correctly. Oh, you guys all answered correctly. Okay, let's see. Let's see the results. Oh, it hasn't moved, it hasn't moved. Okay, 2 more questions, 2 more questions. Wow, quick. Everyone's very quick now. Let's go. 3 more people, 2 more people. 1 more person. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and has dropped from the top 5. Yeah. With Shafiq climbing to 5th. Okay. Last question. Okay, what occurs twice in a week, once in a year, but never in a day? Oh, very fast. Oh, only 4 people answered correctly. Let's see the final. Wow, Peter, number 3. Number 2. Oh, he dropped. Who's number 1? Who's number 1? Yeet, nice.
Congratulations.
Yes, good job, guys. Nice try, man. Nice try.
Good try.
Okay, so you basically see how Kahoot works. So you can see the full report here. Let me show. So Kahoot does have like an integrated marking scheme, but they have like their own way of giving points. So if you want to use the point system in Kahoot, you can, or you can assign yourself. So you can see the players, their ranks, how many points they got. So let's say Yi got the top score, right? So he got 12,000 points. So if you want to assign that to as an A, or the top 3 as an A, you can do that. So it's an interactive way of doing quizzes instead of just doing the normal selecting. You can add visual aids, and the answers are also visual. So you can see here how many people answered correctly, how many people answered wrong. So Kahoot is an interactive way of doing quizzes.
Hello, Mr. Zarif.
Hi. Who is that? Can you state your name?
My name is Shafiq. I'm from Putrajaya.
Okay, hi Shafiq.
Okay, I have 2 questions.
Okay.
My first question is, when you present to us about the external tools that can be integrated to Google Classroom, right?
Yes.
I wonder, is there any external tool that we can integrate Google Classroom with our existing website? For example, I have my own education website. So is there any tools that I can integrate my Google Classroom to my own personal website? That's my first question.
Okay.
My second question is there any tools that can apply the gamification base to our Google Classroom? For example, if the students score highest mark, they will be granted a gold badge. Maybe if get B, granted with silver badge, and so on. Like the gamification concept in the Google Classroom. Is there any tools that can be integrated to that? That's all.
Okay, thank you for the questions. Okay, so for your first question, so you're basically asking about the instant learning tool, right? Like this one. Shafiq? Hello?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll show you. So when you create your lessons, so you see here, you can assign, right? So these are the only options you can share. So you can share either to a Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, or you can insert a link. So when I paste it onto here, so you have your own website that you created. So you can see here, I just pasted the link and it automatically opens. So yes, is you can integrate it onto other websites, but it's not direct. You have to share the link. So with Google Classroom, it's automatically integrated. So as you see, this is my class in Google Classroom, and number of students and teachers are already inside. So they already noted. So maybe if you create a class here, see, you can only create from Google Classroom or create like a personal class. So if create, so let's say sample class. You can create one here, and then you can invite teachers. You can ask the students to enter the code. So when they first open this, it'll open the link from Insert Learning. It'll prompt you to enter a code, a class code. So they'll enter this code, and it'll automatically register them to the classroom. So like, so the student will come up here. So when you enter the code, it'll automatically register student. So yes, it's integratable to other websites. As for your second question, could you repeat your second question?
My second question is there any tools that can be used in Google Classroom? It's external or the existing tools that are available in Google Classroom that can apply the concept of gamification. For example,
okay.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
the idea is when I got A on my quizzes, I get a gold badge. If there's other student that get B, they get silver badge, like that rank up base, that rank up concept.
Yeah. Oh, okay. As of now, the only one that I'm aware of is Classcraft, as I showed before. But currently, Google apps are very standalone, or they only interact with other Google apps. So I'm not sure. Maybe there will be one in the future, but as of now, it's only Classcraft that you can use. There's no other apps that I know of that you can use to integrate with Google Classroom. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Mr. Zarif, very clearly.
Okay,
And,
thank you.
And thank you for your presentation. It's a very good presentation.
Thank you for your question. I appreciate it. Okay, is there any other questions? Any inquiries you want to ask about the links? Or,
yeah, inquiries, Zarif. Masnan here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm from Kuala Lumpur.
Okay, thanks, sir.
It was such very informative. Your presentation, very good.
Thank you.
So I like the insert learning that you showed just now, and the power tool. So it's not a question. It's just you mentioned just now. You mentioned about there's a manual, a guidebooks, and your. Is it possible?
Did you guys not receive that? Supposedly, our committee has created a guidebook for you guys that you will receive.
I managed to get this opportunity from a friend of mine from Sarawak. So he passed me this link, so I didn't get that manual. Okay, but anyway, is it okay for you to pass me through when I fill the form just now this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the manual
you'll be getting
it will be helpful. It will be useful if you can. It will be helpful to me if you can send your presentation this just now.
Yes. I'll be sending the guidebook and also my presentation to you.
Very good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much.
You're welcome.
Hello, sorry for disturbing. For the guidebook, I will explain in the end of this this presentation. I will be telling you all the things that we will provide to you guys. So no worries on that. So after the Q&A session, we will tell you.
Thank you very much, moderator.
Thank you, sir, for asking your question.
You're welcome.
And are there any other questions? Okay, if not, I'll pass on to my moderator. And thank you so much for listening to my lecture. And I hope you guys learned as much as you could. And
thank you very much.
I hope you have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.